What if I told you that Microsoft and Apple might have just engineered their ultimate monopoly and Congress is about to hand it to them? They're calling it the Parents Decide Act. It sounds like it's about protecting kids, but it's actually a Trojan horse that could make your privacy-focused phone illegal and force you to hand over your child's most sensitive data to a government agency. If you use Linux, Graphene OS, or value digital freedom, your world is about to change. Meet House Resolution 8250, introduced by Democrat Josh Gottheimer and Republican Elise Stefanik. This bipartisan bill is currently sitting in the House Committee on Energy and Commerce. On the surface, it's child safety. It requires every operating system to verify the birth date of every user before they can even set up an account. If the user is under 18, a parent must verify that age. But here's the kicker. The bill is essentially a 2-page word vomit that is almost entirely devoid of specifics. It doesn't tell operating systems how to verify your age. Instead, it kicks the entire ball over to one agency, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC. Why is this a death sentence for Linux? Because Linux isn't a single product. It's an ecosystem of over 600 independent projects maintained by volunteers. Microsoft and Apple win by default. They already have centralized account systems, legal teams, and global infrastructure. For them, adding a government ID or biometric scan is just a Tuesday morning update. But imagine you're a volunteer maintainer for Arch Linux or Linux Mint. To comply with HR 8250, you would have to build a centralized database, a parent-child linking system, and a government ID verification API. You have no budget, no lawyers, and no centralized server. Your choices? Build a surveillance machine you can't afford, risk massive civil penalties, or simply shut down. Even open source exemptions won't save us. We saw this in Colorado, where they tried to add a carve-out for open source. It was worded so poorly, it didn't even cover software under the GPL license, meaning every Linux distribution on Earth was still on the hook. The most dangerous part of the Parents Decide Act is the name itself. It's a complete lie. This bill doesn't give parents rights. It gives them a mandatory ultimatum. Think about who is actually in control here. The bill gives the FTC 180 days to dictate the exact technical standards for how your data is collected and stored. We're talking about an unelected, essentially untouchable agency. In some cases, commissions of just 2 people at the FTC have made major decisions on child protection laws without any oversight. Under this law, parents aren't deciding anything. They are being forced to provide their children's birth dates and their own sensitive identity data to a centralized system governed by the FTC. It doesn't matter if you're on a laptop, a phone, or even a smart toaster. The definition of an operating system in this bill is so broad, it covers almost everything. This matters because it turns your personal hardware into a walled garden surveillance terminal. Privacy-focused OS, like Graphene OS, exists specifically, so you don't have to surrender personal data. Their position is fundamentally incompatible with HR 8250. If Graphene OS refuses to build a tracking API, it becomes illegal to distribute in the US. We are literally seeing privacy-preserving tools criminalized under the guise of child safety. Furthermore, this creates a massive security nightmare. By forcing every device to collect this data, the government is essentially building a national database of every child and parent in the country. History shows us that these databases will be hacked. Instead of protecting kids, this bill places a giant target on their backs for every bad actor and foreign government on the planet. The Parents Decide Act isn't about safety. It's about regulatory capture. It's about ensuring that the only legal operating systems are the ones that feed the corporate and government data machines. But it isn't law yet. It's still in committee. If you value the ability to own your own computer, if you believe that code is free speech, and if you don't want an unelected agency holding the keys to your child's identity, you have to act now. Contact your representative. Tell them HR 8250 is a danger to American innovation and a direct attack on our digital sovereignty. Don't let them take your PC away. Visit the links in the description to find your representative and join the fight to keep computing open.